Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Bremet Media YouTube channel. Thanks again for dropping in here, spending your time with us. We really do appreciate that. Thank you for everyone that's been, sharing and liking and commenting and subscribing to our channel. It means a great deal to us. We do a little dance when you do that. It makes us feel good. And thank you for that support. Now, today I have the honor of addressing Morgan's question. It's a short question. And oh, by the way, for those of you who would like to submit questions, there's a link on every single video. There's also links on our about page on this channel. So if you click on one of those links, it'll take you to places where you can find us online, including our social networking sites, our blog, our various blogs, our books, a variety of things that we're doing online, and you can check those out or reach out to us with your questions, feedback, what have you, directly. Otherwise, leave a comment and we'll get back to you on that too. Now, Morgan asks, how did I get into writing? Now, honestly, that's always been a part of my life. I have always been drawn to the pen and later on the typewriter and then later on computers. It's just always been something I've been drawn to, books, all of that. Now, my mom, she was a voracious reader. Joanne Smith was her maiden name, Joanne Siebert, her married name before she passed. And she brought me along to all of those and really built up a love of reading and books and education in most of her kids. And so luckily I was spent some time with her in my youth, and I did pick that up from her. Now, I can recall like short stories in classrooms, like late elementary, early high school years, where I would be like bringing a teacher to tears with some of my writing, or they'd read it out into the class because they thought it was special or got a good grade or something like that, or they would enter it into these inter-school contests, and then announcements would be over the intercom and all of that every single time. Wildly uncomfortable with those situations, didn't like the attention, didn't know what to deal with, all of the emotional responses that were happening from my writing kind of freaked me out, kind of chased me away from writing a couple of times because I didn't know what to do with that. I was too young, couldn't process that. Later on, of course, I look back and I see some of the college courses and what have you, and they were all pointing me in the direction of writing in one way or another, as well as those personality courses where tests where you go into the colleges and you're trying to find out, where you might fit in jobs that they feel are going to be available in the future, how you fit in with those, whether you're going to enjoy them or not. And writing kept on coming up, different variations of writing. But, I didn't really take it seriously because I had some issues with the idea of being a writer, self-confidence, of struggling a bit with some mild dyslexia. So, some things were making me feel like I just couldn't do that. So later on, my husband and I met and became steady, and life changes happened, and I was running a business and had learned about not only being a hospitality management position. I had all my certifications in that regard, but also business and office management certifications and hands-on experience in running my own business. So I learned all about like how to organize and you know create communications with your clients and all kinds of behind the scenes activities and running a business and frugal marketing and all of that kind of thing. So I learned a lot during that process. And it was around the time that I got involved in this car accident, and I ended up losing my business because of that. And writing came up for me. It came up again as an option now that I have these physical limitations. Maybe I could pursue some of these things. So I started out small. I started out with poetry because much of it had already been written. I started taking some courses. Dave and I both started taking courses in various aspects of being a writer, the business of being a writer. Initially, we took a course in that regard, and also freelance writing. We took a course in that, and one of those courses had us come up with the freelance course had us coming up with an article that had the potential of being syndicated. So I came up with mine that ended up becoming a syndicated column, and regularly published for multiple years. That eventually evolved into the first edition, and now this the revised 2-book series of the Trash Talk It's Easy to Be Green Living series. And so that's where it really began, but it evolved over time into what it is now. I've held a lot of different positions since then, since 1999 when I first started this professionally. I've done everything from being a staff writer, assignment writer, freelance writer, book reviewer, product reviewer, blogger. I also did work in media as well as blogging. I was doing like radio shows, podcasts, and a variety of different things. Working either in the media or with the media in some way, on one side or the other, as a writer or as a member of the media. And so I learned a lot from that. And so our career has completely evolved. And here we are, like what, 2.5 decades later, almost 3 decades later, and we have the 6 books on Amazon that we continue to publish, not publish, but promote and manage. And then we have our 2 blogs that we manage, and the drum teaching and repair music studio that we run, this YouTube channel. We also have a variety of things coming up in the future. We have a trilogy coming out this summer, 2023. We have a garden book coming out after that. We have a lot of things coming up in the future regarding online courses and coaching and all kinds of stuff that we're going to be branching into. But that is how we started with writing. I think it was an interesting question because I like the idea of showing the evolution. You know, you start out small, you start out with just learning, asking a whole pile of questions, putting your fingers in various genres of writing to see what works for you. Sometimes you're going to get a job as a book reviewer. Maybe that's not, you know, your dream job, but it's a job you enjoy, and but your main goal maybe is to be a published author earning money from your books, but you might have to make steps to get there. And so we all do that. We all evolve and go in different directions. Maybe we want to run our career as a freelance writer, okay? But we still have to learn all the little steps to get us there, and also what our specialties are and what our greatest joys are in the writing career so that we don't burn out. That's really important to find too, is that you're passionate about what you're writing about. If it becomes redundant and it becomes more like work and repetitive for you, it's time to start maybe branching out into some other aspect of writing and exploring another journey. There's so much to explore in the world of writing. It's never ending. It's like an online university course for every branch that you dip your toes into. And so I encourage you to just get out there and start exploring in the world of writing and see where it takes you. Okay, everyone, thank you very much for dropping in and joining us today for this response to Morgan's question. Thank you, Morgan, for submitting that. We're going to be doing quite a few more here of this series. I actually have a file with about 35 of your questions. And so I have a lot of videos to produce. So thank you so much for all of your questions. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, so keep on dropping into the channel. Definitely scroll around those playlists, see what you can find that of interest for you, or maybe someone that you know. Maybe you might want to add a link to one of our videos in your newsletter or your e-bulletin or something like that because you feel that your audience would benefit from it. We would really appreciate that. That would be fantastic. Yeah, we would welcome that. All right, everyone. Thanks again. Until next time.